you know what? This actually, I'm going to record this, and this might become a topic. It might not. I don't know. But I do want to say, going through the H Bomberguy video, honestly, so there is a feeling of inadequacy that I have with my content. Because of the amount of views that my videos get, I do have to produce more than a video a day in order to make a living wage. And this is just a side effect of how YouTube works. And this is how it's been even when I made more edited content, right? And it's why I stopped doing content that required a ton more effort, because when I would do that content, it would have the same return in terms of viewership as the content that I make right now. And when this is what I do full-time as a job, I have to look at it in terms of how much time is being spent on the thing versus am I making enough to pay for, you know, food for me and my loved ones. So when I watched the bit on Illuminati, there was always that bit of inadequacy that I felt in regards to her content, because I would watch it and I would go, this is such well put together stuff. And it's the same type of stuff that I like talking about. I like talking about people who, you know, are right wing and have terrible opinions. I like talking about how multi-level marketing is abusive. I like talking about these things. These are things that I have a passion for, but I don't have the time to create videos that are this in-depth or this edited, this, you know, insert thing here. For everything that one of my videos was in terms of presentation, it's basically just guy talks at screen, right? Like, that's what my content is. It's guy talks at screen, whether it's my face or the VTuber avatar, it doesn't matter. It's still just guy talks at screen. And seeing the amount of content that Illuminati put out, it made me want to make that kind of content. But then I knew from experience that it would take me 50 hours to make one of those videos. The amount of time it would take me to research that topic, the amount of time it would take me to be able to write a script the way that it came out for her topics, the amount of work that would go into the editing process, it would take me about 40 hours, 50 hours or so of work. So about a full week's worth of work to complete. And I know that if it would get the same return as, you know, my usual content does, I'd make about 30 bucks off of it. And making $30 by working for 40 hours, that doesn't make any sense, especially when, again, you're trying to support a family. You're trying to support yourself, people who you've had to take in because they've needed it. You're trying to support your partner. You're trying to support all of your animals. You're trying to keep your bills paid. You're trying to take care of all that stuff. I felt inadequate because I couldn't. And then H Bomberguy's video came out. And I saw, oh, this is the reason she's able to put out content at the rate she is, and it's able to be the level that it is. Not only does she have a team of editors who are all working around the clock to make her stuff, I don't even know how you afford that. So Raj, who did a lot of editing work for me, he now works on the shorts. His work was relatively inexpensive compared to what I'm sure Illuminati has to pay her people. And even I had to go like, I don't make enough money to afford an editor. I have to stop having an editor. Channel Pup discounted the editing for the videos on the Sonic channel a ton, and I had to stop paying for editing over there. I had to stop making content on my video game channel altogether because I did not have the funding to support those projects. The Shadow the Hedgehog video took $1,000 to make. When you account for the art that went into it, when you account for the editing that went into it, when you account for the voice acting that went into it, it took over $1,000. I can't spend that kind of money on a passion project when I'm struggling to make ends meet myself. So seeing the Illuminati stuff, Jesus Christ, I personally feel better. I personally feel a lot better, and her content does not make me feel inadequate anymore, because I know when I'm talking on my stream, I don't have a script. I don't have another person's thoughts in my ear. I have the things that come to mind, maybe a couple notes that I've written down at best. At the very least, even if I do not feel like the work that I make is up to the exact same level of quality that something that, you know, she has made came out to, I at least know it's mine. I know that it's something that I made with my own 2 hands. I know that all of the assets are stuff that I paid for from artists who I am still friends with. I know that the thoughts that came out of my mouth are my own thoughts. I know that it's something I can take personal ownership of. And now I know I can't say the same thing for Blair. The amount of plagiarism that H-Bomb found in her content was staggering. And I know that the James portion at the end there, but I never watched James's content, so I didn't have any feeling besides, look at this crazy motherfucker who just got his stuff reamed in. I did watch Blair's content, though. No, James Summerland. So, I did watch Blair, though. I was a fan of Illuminati. I would watch her videos with other friends of mine because I really, really liked her content. But if you haven't watched the H Bomberguy video going over plagiarism yet, I highly recommend you pause my video, stop what I'm talking about, and go watch that video. It made me feel better about the stuff that I make. It made me feel better about the streams that I do, about the work that I put into my channels. It made me feel infinitely better. Because I know that even though there are channels that perform infinitely better than mine are out there, and they're making thousands of dollars, right? Like, the current trend is the faceless YouTube channel. A lot of them using the AI voices and stuff that I even mentioned, like, if I were Boogie and my name was Poison the same way Boogie's was, that's what I would do. It's because it's a cash cow. It's a cash cow. But I can also tell that none of that work, like, there's no passion in any of that work. There's no love in any of that work. There's no nothing. It's just production for production's sake. And even though the level of quality was so much higher with the stuff that Blair made, I do not know how better to describe the feeling of, oh, this is an unattainable standard. I don't have to worry about attaining this particular standard of quality because this standard of quality only happens at this rate with tons of people probably being underpaid working on it, and also little to no actual original work being in it. The work is curated. It's taken. It feels exploitative, and it feels bad that I feel better about this. There's a part of me that feels like maybe that's wrong. Maybe I shouldn't feel better because another content creator was running a completely unrealistic workforce, basically. Ninja says, you want to sue a lawyer? You know he has lots of lawyer friends, right? What? Shaw says, I was briefly a fan of James Somerton. After the H-Bomb video, I went through my subscriptions to unsub, but it looks like I already did that ages ago. Yeah, fair enough. Tasha says, I think you killed off a bit of your imposter syndrome. Yeah, like, I know if I'm doing content, it is mine. Because with the H-Bomb video, I could at least look at that and go, oh, that's what it looks like when somebody's content is not theirs. When somebody's thoughts are not theirs. When the script is written for them, when the video is edited for them, when everything is done for them, and all they're having to do is shill out money for it. I can take personal ownership over the stuff that I do. And I'd like to get to the point where I can at the very least pay an editor so I can clean up the videos a little bit, making them more watchable for people who are watching them after the stream. Also give incentive for people to watch who did not, or who already saw me record during the streams. Like, I'd like to get to that point again. I really would. But it feels so weird to live in a world where that particular weight just got lifted off the shoulders. And I don't know if it's the right emotion for me to be feeling or not, or if there is even a right emotion in this scenario. And watching the ways that she's trying to go after everyone who has been a part of this, you know, Wonder and Oz Media, all of them. Watching all of that fallout, I feel better knowing I'm not going to have to go through that. I'm not going to be doing that to anybody, because there's nobody that I work with that I could even conceive of needing to do that with. Like, I don't need to have an NDA with any of the people who are in my art Discord. I don't need to have that with anybody who does editing work for me whenever I'm able to afford that. I don't have to do any of that shit. Hell, I put all of my artists in the same Discord, so if I even underpaid one for something, everybody could just like go, no, you should be paid more for your thing. Like, I feel awkward for how good that H Bomberguy video made me feel. And I don't know if that's okay. Jesus. But I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Again, I don't know if this is actually going to turn into a video or not. This feels like just my emotions and nothing more. This feels like just my emotions and nothing more. And I don't know if that's worth turning into a video, but I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. You guys let me know if you think it should be one. And be honest. Not like, we like the content creator, so just put up whatever you want out. I'm like, no, do you really think this is something I should put out? Let me know in the comment section below if this does go up on YouTube. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Insert end video tagline here, if this does in fact become a video. Well, you made it to the end. You know what that means? It's fan art time. Thank you very much, Cricket, for this one. Said, I'm not sure which coloring I like best of it. It's been done before, or if it's been done before, but here we go. Slime Boy Suris. We've got this one right here. Get slimed, fucker. And then this one right here. Get slime cat boyd, fucker. Okay, I see. Jesus Christ. I am always going to be a little partial to the purpley pinks. The next one we have is from... Ooh, I like this one. This one's from Detective Yggdrasil. Said, Suris getting ready for stream and hopefully not being bombarded by war words again. This artwork is fucking adorable. I kind of want to change the channel icon to this. I'm not even gonna... I kind of do. This is fucking cute. The last one we have here, is also from Detective Yggdrasil. I made a full reference of the shape-shifting beast that is taking on the form of Suris. Typically, it's called Stalker or Staker, but in Suris's form, it's called Sturgis, using this form to lure in a different type of prey when it uses its sticky form. This is more animalistic features, neckcoin eye patch, tails can turn into stakes, rudimentary eyes that can open, neckcoin embedded in face, can hide all of the teeth but the fangs. I'm not gonna lie, is cute. Would fall for it. Would definitely die to this thing. As always, everybody, thank you all for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. And with that said, let's move right into the credits. Hey, I just quickly want to give a thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who keep this show running. YouTube and Twitch are a pretty bumpy ride at the best of times, and the stability a Patreon provides me is worth more than I can say here. I'd also like to thank each and every one of my $20 and up patrons here, and they would be Britzkrieg, Cameron, Dren, Jemshin, Smiling DM, Poundini, Mabbity Babbity, Naomi, Isaac, Agamotto, Jordan, Ravi, Giuni, Kiratorian, Prisma, all of you, I'm not saying that part, and Starlight. And finally, thank you to everyone else that helps keep this channel alive. While you're here, why not check out another video? And thank you for watching.